And good morning from quite a sunny Sussex this morning. Okay, so the title of the show is Lanzini's Future at West Ham. The one thing that we all agree on is that Manuel Lanzini has been uh, a lot better this season than a lot of people expected him to be. He hasn't had as much game time as he would like to, but we'll get on to Lanzini in a minute. Just a quick, brief say hello who's in the chat. Morning, happy Hammerettes. Bear with me 1 second, and we will. All right, okay. Okay, so good morning, happy Hammerettes. Says good morning, Budgie. I'll try hardest to watch the show. Thank you, my love. That's very kind of you. And Gaza, good morning, Budgie. Morning, Hammerette. Well, nice of you both to join me. So, anyway, a couple of little things I want to get onto before I talk about Lanzini. As this week comes to a head with the news that we've been banned from the European game, with just over a week to go until the game. So, how do we feel about that? With the fact that people will have lost money on plane fare, the airfares, the hotel bookings, etc., etc. Grossly unfair. And one of the reasons it's unfair is that 2 weeks ago, Borussia Dortmund and Ajax had a game, and they virtually had a fireworks display on the pitch and in the stands. And there's been no repercussions from that at all. Now, there's been rumours that West Ham fans were involved in some violent affray or something. At the moment, I haven't seen anything to support that. Although there are videos going around showing the events of the day. Well, I haven't seen it. And all I can say is that next time I come on, I'll have to have better ammunition to throw at this story. But in the meantime, it's disgraceful that we can be handed such a fine and a ban from the European competition when another two teams that had similar events going on at their game have had no sanctions imposed on them at all. So, I'm very well, thank you, Gazar. Morning, Kieran. Nice to see you. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this ban because I haven't done enough research on it. So I shall look into that later today and then perhaps go live, I don't know, tea time-ish, maybe a little earlier, maybe sort of 4:30. We'll see how everybody else is planning to go live. I'm just not going to do anything to interfere with anybody else's. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. How are you, Kieran? Says Gaza. Gaza says that's sad what they've done for them fans. Yes, it is very sad, and I feel sorry for anybody that's put their money into getting their tickets and getting their flights sorted out and getting their hotel rooms booked and just general travel between the airport and the ground, etc., etc. None of it's cheap, and everybody that's bought themselves tickets and stuff, they've, hopefully they'll get their money back. You can either go, if you've got travel insurance or anything like that, perhaps go to your insurance company and talk to them. If not, go to the clubs. If you've got a West ticket through West Ham, go to West Ham and tell them you want your money back. And the same with anybody that got tickets for the neutral zone. You can go direct to the club. Kieran, all good, Gaz. What's that? Working away at the moment or working away? Yeah, he's got a bit of an accent this morning. Okay, Kieran, right. Happy Hammer says, good morning, people of massive hammer orientation. Yes, we are massive, says Gaza. Okay, right. The next little story I wanted to quickly cover before any more comments come in is just some general West Ham news stuff that I've picked up off of various sources, including News Now, which generally has some pretty useful information. First of all, West Ham Academy player Kai Corbett. He left West Ham by mutual agreement, I believe, on Monday the 15th of this month. So just a few days ago. He announced that he'd rejected a professional contract offered to him by West Ham because he wanted to pursue first team football. And within that, the light of that, the club of Peterborough United have announced today, or actually it was yesterday, that they've secured Corbett's signature on a long-term deal for an undisclosed fee. Peterborough are currently 21st in the Championship, just 3 points above the relegation zone. We've already got one or two other players there. We've got, gosh, I can't even remember who is there. I think Connor Coventry went there on loan, wasn't it? Was it Connor Coventry? Could be. Let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, he's left and they've signed him on a long-term deal for an undisclosed fee. So congratulations to you, Kai Corbett. You've done well for yourself, mate. And hopefully we'll be seeing your name in lights in the near future. Good luck to you, Kai. Gaza says, according to a Spanish newspaper, we are interested in the Barcelona keeper, Neto. Neto, that's an appropriate name for a goalkeeper, isn't it? It's a bit like Stato looking after the statistics, isn't it, really? Neto looking after the goal. Yeah, so, okay, well, I'll have a little look at that later on as well, Gaza, and see if I can find any meat on them bones. Couple of other little articles I just wanted to cover. Briefly, want to touch on the transfer stuff. Striker Giovanni Simeone has been linked with us, the Argentinian. And as I learned last night from Stelios, there's been some talk about him recently in the chats and stuff. Hammerat, you've mentioned him a couple of times that I know of. So obviously he's somebody that a few people have had a good look at. He plays currently on loan for Hellas Verona. Now, the news story that I read stated that Giovanni Simeone and their central attacking midfielder, Antonin Barak, are both possible targets for West Ham. And there's a reported €40 million deal being put on the table for that, for the pair of them. So we'll look into that and see how true that is. Now, I don't really like talking too much about transfers until I see or hear anything official from the club or from the player themselves. So, these are, excuse me one second. Sorry. These are just rumours that are going around. Okay, yes, we have been linked with Simeone once or twice, but I've not seen anything else in recent times. I haven't seen anything over the last couple of days or so. So, we'll see how that goes. And one other thing I wanted to cover before I talk about Manuel Lanzini and his future with the club. Well, in fact, it's a couple more things I wanted to talk about. What one of them we'll talk about first, and the other afterwards. Um, Wanted to talk about Declan Rice. Now, there's a lot of rumours and a lot of people fearing that Declan Rice may be the target of big money moves to Manchester United or Chelsea or Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid. All of these names have come up with as potential suitors for Declan Rice. Well, he hasn't shown any desire to leave. The only desire he's shown is to get West Ham up at the top. That means up at the top of the league. That means up at the top in the European standings. And that means up at the top in domestic cups. Now, Declan Rice has got a lot of drive within him to bring West Ham to the front of people's minds. He's not one of these players that searches for big money. He's not one of these guys that's searching for glory. Yes, he wants to win trophies. Yes, he wants to win titles, but he isn't looking to do that anywhere else at this current time. At this current time, he's looking to stay at West Ham, and he wants to challenge for titles, challenge for cups, etc. with West Ham United. And big props to him for that, because that's what we all want as well. Yesterday, I read an article that was quoting something that Teddy Sheringham had said about Declan Rice. Now, Teddy Sheringham, obviously, we all know and love Teddy Sheringham for everything he's done in the England shirt and everything he did in a West Ham shirt as well, you know, because let's not forget he played for us. And while he was with us, he was bloody awesome. Yeah, so he said that Declan Rice moves like a well-engineered Rolls Royce. Now, I'd never really compared him to a Rolls Royce before, but I suppose if you're going to compare him to anybody, it's got to, you know, to any vehicle, it's going to have to be a Rolls Royce because of the sheer quality and the prestige within that name. And Declan Rice is gradually building his prestige. His abilities and his quality are unquestionable. So that's quite a nice comparison to be compared to a Rolls Royce by Teddy Sheringham. Quite nice, quite nice. His teammate, Declan's teammate, Jared Bowen, said, Declan's gone on to another level. He also said, the sky's the limit for him. You saw it at the Euros and you're seeing it again this season. He's starting to score more goals. This is a quote from the Standard that I picked up from News Now yesterday. You know, everybody has got a lot of praise for Declan Rice. Even David Moyes has said, you know, a few weeks back towards the end of the transfer window, he said that, you know, that Man United have been interested in him and we'd rejected any offer, or no firm offer had come in, or something of that nature. And Declan Rice on camera said that Manchester United have made a mistake, that Declan Rice was a bargain to be got at 100 million. That bargain has now gone, is David Moyes' words. Well, I agree. It's definitely not, you know, a cheaper alternative. It's not. He shouldn't have a cheaper price tag than that. We believe that he's worth 100 million, etc. And you know, so does the club. Whereas transfermarkt.com value Declan Rice at 63 million pounds, which, you know, is still a fair assessment, but it's not enough money. It's not going to prize him out of West Ham, is it? Let's be fair. So have another quick look in the comments. We'll get to that in a minute, guys. I'll come back to your comment now about seeing Lanzini stay. If you want me to pop in, link me up. Oh, Well, hold on a minute then. Let's see if we can get you in. Invite you. Copy to clipboard. Just bear with me, everybody. I hope you can still see me when I do this. Right. I'm hoping that you can still see me and hear me. That would be very handy if you can. Kieran. Paste. And on its way to you, buddy. Right, there we go. Get back in now. And we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Okay. Gaza. He says that's why we need to strengthen Clive in January. Bring in a couple more quality players. Agreed. We need at least a left back. We've got no cover, really, no effective cover for Aaron Creswell. Although people are saying, oh, Johnson, throw him out on the left. No, no. Johnson is out on the right. He's doing a bloody good job out there. He's keeping Vladimir Sufal out of the team at the moment. Leave him alone. The man has got his position. Leave him out there. People are saying bring Masuaku back into the fold. No. Masuaku's better off further up the field. He's no good in defence. It's not a job for him. If we're going to keep Masuaku, which I very much doubt that we will, I think he's on the market in January, along with Yarmolenko. But we need to bring in somebody who's young and energetic, strong, and has a defensive work rate, but they've got a good left foot on him, one that doesn't mind breaking down the wings, much like Aaron Creswell does, much like Sufal and Johnson do out on the right. Just somebody like that. There are plenty of them out there, and we've got the money to go and get them. So let's go and find one of them. We need probably at least one striker, maybe two. You know, two strikers would always be useful, but we definitely need one. Antonio can't do the whole season, and nor should he. You know, we're talking about 50 plus games here if everything goes our way. 50 plus games. That's a lot of games to get in the 9-month period. So let's just see what we can do in January to bring in somebody to support Antonio and someone to support Creswell. We also need someone to replace Oggy, well, temporarily at the very least. It broke last night. I heard on the West Ham network, you know, when Stell was on last night, I heard that West Ham have agreed to extend have agreed to extend Oggy's contract by a year. So regardless of what happens with this injury, so even if he's not able to return, he's still got another year's contract with us. That's a lovely sentiment from the club. He's been a great servant to the club so far, and there's no reason why he shouldn't. And maybe, as I said, I think Lingard may come still. I'm still really, really, really in that vein. I still believe that Lingard may come. Gazza says, why would Declan Rice go to Man United? Absolutely no reason at all, Gazza. Please don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you the stories and the facts as I've seen them. I don't think Declan Rice would have the desire to go to United. Why would he? I mean, if he's going to leave and he's going to push for a transfer, he's going to push to go to Chelsea, surely. That's where he wants to be. That's who he supports. You know, he's never made any secret of the fact that he's been a Chelsea supporter all his life. But, you know, while he's at West Ham, while he's our captain, he is definitely a West Ham man. Whether he's a Chelsea supporter or not is irrelevant. I mean, you know, that's how it is. That's how things go. So I can't see any reason why he would go to Man United. Right, hold on a minute. Just bear with me. Oh, I forgot you were in here, mate.
Hey!
Morning, morning.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, sir. How's things in sunny Oz then? All right?
Yeah, mate. I've been up here the last 2 days at Tin Can Bay.
Yeah, you were saying you were going there.
Yeah, it's about 3 hours north of Brisbane. So,
yeah.
Been working in the sun all day. I'm burnt to shit, man. Burnt to the shit.
Oh, bless you. Oh, I've got so much sympathy for you.
Well, that's all you
that
should.
sunshine all day.
It's not that nice when you're getting burnt to fuck, I tell you.
Oh, bless you, bless you. Let me just cover a couple of comments and then we'll have a little chinwag about Lanzini, shall we?
Carry on, brother.
All right, Happy Amaret says, ain't nobody like Lanzini. He makes me happy, plays the West Ham way. He does, actually. And, you know, okay, so the title of the show is a tiny little bit of clickbait because there's no actual news on Lanzini. I just felt that it would be a great subject for us to talk about because he's not featuring in the starting 11 weekly. I thought, you know, I would give people a chance to tell us how they feel about Lanzini.
And Happy Amaret's got a crush on him.
Oh, mate, yeah, you have to have a beach towel when she looks at Lanzini because the drawl is so bad. There's a big puddle underneath her. You know, I keep offering to buy her a surfboard, but you know, it's not happening. It's not happening. Gaza says that he prefers Johnson at right back. You prefer him as opposed to putting him out on the left, I presume you mean, Gareth. Gaza, because you know, to be fair, Johnson is a quality right back, but then so is Soufal. And although Johnson is keeping Soufal out of the starting 11 at the moment, that's not going to last because we know the quality of Soufal. And I think that maybe, just maybe, because Johnson has been playing so well, that Moyes may push him out onto the left to give Creswell a bit of a break. You know, if he needs to rest him, he may use Johnson out there, but that's putting him out of position, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible, isn't it?
You know, yeah. Gaza says yes, Amaret. Amaret says, I want Noble to be given another year. I'm not ready to say goodbye yet. Amaret, sweetheart, it's no. You cannot breathe life into a dead cat. I'm sorry, but you can't. And I'm afraid, as not great as Noble has been,
not very subtle.
I'm sorry, but you know, as great as he's been, and as much respect as I've got for the man, you know, he's 30 mile an hour too slow these days. You know, he's 5 minutes behind everybody else on the thought process.
I don't want to see any more myself, man. I want him to.
I would rather
leave the game with a little bit of dignity.
With a bit of dignity. I mean, I do appreciate your sentiment, Hammerette, but you know, it's a little bit too late for that one, my love. Clive, you think Moyes will go in for Tarkowski? Listen, mate, he's spoken about Tarkowski a few times, and I actually do believe he's going to go for him. I've got this horrible suspicion that he will go for him. I say horrible suspicion because don't get me wrong. Listen, I chose Tarkowski in my one from each team when I did that with Titch. And I chose him from Burnley because, well, in my opinion, he's the best player that Burnley have got. Bar none. You know, I mean, like, yes, they've got some great attacking options and so on and so forth. But for me, Tarkowski is the best player in Burnley. And that's why I chose him for my starting. Well, no, sorry, for my starting 11. Actually, he was a starter on my one from each team. That's why I chose him because because I think he's got brilliant work rate. And to be honest with you, I said on that show, and I'll repeat it now. I'll stand by it now. I would like to see him come to West Ham. I think he'd be an asset to us, especially now that Oggie's on the crook.
Yeah, I'm a bit 50-50 with that guy, Clive. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I am. I know that. But if Moyes wants him, I believe he can do a job for us. You know, I've got that faith in Moyes. But the guy himself, I watched a few Burnley games lately. And to me, he's really good, and then he's really average. And I'm going, oh, I'm not so sure I
Mm.
rate him that high. But that
You,
doesn't mean if you stuck him next to, say, Zuma, the two of them could be brilliant. You know,
yeah,
who
yeah,
knows?
yeah. So,
But
so
I've still got
you're
my
questioning his,
reservations.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
questioning his consistency, mate. Basically,
Yeah,
then.
I've got my reservations for him, Clive. I really do. And
Yeah,
you know,
that's fair comment, mate. You know, and we're all entitled to our comment, yeah, to our opinions. You know, and that's a fair comment, and that's a fair opinion. I agree with that assessment to be some, you know, to some degree. To be fair,
yeah,
I
only
have
from what
seen
I've
him.
seen from him, you know.
Yeah, you
I'm
know,
not convinced.
you see some lazy stuff from him,
Yeah,
and some, you know,
but
some
some good
howlers
stuff
from him.
too, you know. Some really good stuff
Mm,
too. I'm not saying he's
mm,
terrible or
mm.
bad or, but
No, no,
I'm
of
just
course
not
not.
convinced. I'm not convinced. Yeah, that's
Gazza
all.
says hi, Kieran. Hope you're good.
Oh, I am Gaza. Thank you. I'm very good, my old China. Very nice. Thank you.
Morning, Darren's in the house. I'm timed out, chaps. No, you're not, mate. I'm not going to time you out. All right,
It won't be
listen.
long,
You,
Darren. It won't be
it
long,
won't
mate.
be. Yeah,
I'll
no, no, no,
climb in
no,
boy and
no.
sort you out real soon.
Not me, mate. I'm not. I'm not like that at all. Bless him, Darren. I love the fact that you keep bringing that up, but drop it, mate.
Yeah, knock it on the head. Hey,
Yeah,
knock on the head.
knock it on the head. Knock it on the head, son. All right. Gazza says hi, Darren. Hammerette says yes, Gazza. That would be so emotional. Sorry, I actually missed. I skipped past that comment, so I'm going to go back to it. And oh
Go
no,
on.
it says put user in timeout. I nearly done the
Trying to get
Gazza then.
comfortable with.
God's sake. Gazza says he'd love to see Noble and Dex holding up a trophy. Mate, I would love that. I would love that, but it's going to have to be this season. Otherwise, it's just going to have to be Declan. Yeah,
This
Noble
season
could
or never.
probably.
It's simple.
Yeah, Noble could probably finish this season, you know, comfortably with a bit of dignity left. If he goes on to next season, honestly,
No,
I can
it's not going
see
to end well.
some. I can see some really bad moments happening for him. You know,
No, I think he's
he'll,
made his choice, mate. He's decided to retire, and I don't see why that would change.
yeah, yeah. No, I don't think so either. Hammerette says,
No,
hello, Kieran, you poor thing getting sunburned. Oh,
I
no,
know.
please,
Look, can you
don't,
not see how red
don't.
I am? See how red
Oh,
I am? It's not nice, mate. You don't like it. But yeah, thank you, Hammer, for your concern.
yeah.
It's really heartfelt.
It's reserved concern, I reckon. Yeah, of course it is. Yes, it would happy Hammerette. Gaza says it would be nice to see them two lifting the trophy. You're right. It would, it would, it would. I'm not talking about him playing week in and week out. Look what he does for the team. He's a true leader. Yes, he is.
Be honest, Clive. If we
But
really
I
want to
still
be,
think he's playing data.
yeah, if
Go
we
on.
want to be honest, Pat, even this year was a bonus. Really, to me, this was
Yeah.
like a thank you very much bonus season, and you're getting paid for it,
Mm.
and we'll keep you
Mm.
because I think really the end of last season would have been the perfect time for him to retire. But so we're giving him a season, and so he should, and so he should. I haven't got a problem with that. But you can't drag
No,
on for another one. You know, this is it.
no, no. And this is the season where he knows he's not going to be playing a big part in the Premiership games. He knows
Yeah.
that he'll be playing some part in the European games and some part in the domestic cup games. Now, during that time, also, he's going to be quite a busy lad because he's doing his coaching badges. I've been led to believe.
Yeah,
I
I've
mean
heard that.
that was a story that broke. That broke about 3 or 4 months ago. It's no breaking news or nothing. And I think he's openly said on a TV interview after a post-match game, you know, a post-match interview. He said, I'm looking to do my coaching badges and stuff. There's a position there at West Ham for Mark Noble. He's not going anywhere. I just don't think it's going to be as a player anymore.
No, I think that's
Gazza agrees with you, Hammerette. Gazza says, "Come on, every so often when we are comfortable." Yeah, that's it. He could bring him on every so often when we're comfortable for the rest of this season, though, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
the following season, I don't even think Noble wants that. I don't think he wants to be there. I don't think he wants to be struggling on the pitch, you know. I think he wants to bow out of a little dignity. Hammerette says, I'm not keen on Tarkowski. I believe he has the wrong attitude for the dressing room. We weren't good enough for him pre-Europe. Think he'd be better suited to the likes of glory hunting manure.
Maybe.
Well, I'm kind of in agreement with that, but I like him. I think he would be good for the club. I think he would be a good.
I'm with HH. Bollocks to him. He did turn us down once. He can fuck them.
I get that sentiment. I do get that sentiment, and you know, it's all. Oh, for goodness sake! Here we go. How about giving Baptiste a go? I fully agree. Baptiste is a quality young player, and you know, I've watched one or two highlights reels and stuff, and his name comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Hammerette says sunburn is better than frostbite. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Very true.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Sean's in the house.
G'day, Sean.
Morning, Sean. He says good morning to everybody. People are saying good morning, Sean. Hammerette says personal opinion. Yeah, well, that's what all we have got is personal opinions.
That's
unless,
right.
of course, you know, you read it, what you know, you copy everybody else's opinions. But that's not what I do. I might quote other people, but I don't subscribe to their opinions. DT, disabled team. Good morning to you, sirs. Good evening, brother Kieran and brother Clive. Good morning, good evening to you. Lovely of you to join us. He says good morning, rather. Yeah, that's because we're in the daytime, DT, and Kieran's the odd one.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm an odd one this time. It's evening for me, son. Yeah, it's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah. Hammerette says, hey, DT. Gary says, or Gaza says, hey, DT. DT saying hi back to Hammerette. Everybody's talking to everybody else.
By the end of next week, though, I will say, Clive, I'll have a magnificent suntan when all the red stuff goes.
I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so
I'll look stunning on camera. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So let's get to the point on screen that
what you got?
Let's talk about Manuel Lanzini and about his future at the club. Now, I mean, as I said, I've not heard any news or anything telling me that he's ready to go or anything like that. This is purely because of the conversations that I've seen and heard on other channels, etc., over the last few weeks about Manuel Lanzini, and I wanted to say my piece. First of all, I think Lanzini is a quality player that is underrated, even by ourselves. I think he's got far more talent than he's showing at the moment. But then it's very difficult to show what you have got if you're only coming on for 20, 30 minutes of a game. So, you know, you need to bed yourself into a game to be able to really show what you can do. We know what Lanzini is capable of. We know what he's like. We know what he's about. He doesn't look like he has a desire to leave. He doesn't, he doesn't want to cause any ripples in the water, as it were. And every time he pulls on the shirt, every time he gets out on the field, he puts in 100% every single time. So, you know, I'd like to know what you guys in the chat think. You know, do you want Lanzini to stay? Would you like to see him go? And if he did go, what kind of clubs do you reckon would come in for him? Because, you know, let's be honest, Lanzini's quite a niche player. You know, yes, he can play defensively, and yes, he can play in attack, but he doesn't really have what I would call a fixed position. He has what's the word I'm looking for? University? No, that's not the word. He's universal. You know, he can be played in a number of positions. I'd like to see him stay at West Ham. The thing is, though, he's not getting the game time that he actually, I think, deserves. But then it's difficult to say who you would replace with him in starting 11. You know, that's a real difficult one.
There lies the problem, Clive, because like yourself, I think he's an absolute quality player, and I love him. I think he's a great player. He doesn't always, since that injury, he hasn't been at his sharpest or best, but still, every time we've brought him on, that boy's done a job and done a good job. And I like him. But if you have your first 11, it's very hard to think whether he could replace Benrahma, but Fornells or Bowen. You know, it's hard to think that unless you've got a different game strategy for a certain game where he would, you know, he would suit it better than one of the others. It's hard to see him getting game time. And I don't think a player of his quality should be getting game time because he is a quality player, and I really rate him.
He is, and I don't think that game. No, I don't think that game time should be exclusive to like cup games either. No, I think we need to see him a little more often in the Premiership. You know, like I'm quite a fan of the three-man midfield thing. You know, with wingers out either side. You know, 3 in defence, 3 in the midfield, and then either 2 up front or 1 and then 1 in front of him. I'm quite a fan of the 3-5-2 or the 3-5-1-1 formation. And I think Lanzini would suit that formation beautifully with the players that we've got right now. You know, I mean, I would, you know, ideally my starting 11 with that formation would be Zuma, Ogbonna, and Dawson starting in the middle of the 3 defenders, and then I would have obviously Rice, Souček, and I would put Lanzini in the middle of the 3 with like the midfield with Ben Johnson out on one side or Soufal and Creswell out on the other, or Masuaku.
Who misses out though,
in that
Clive?
kind of
Who misses out? Who would miss out to bring him in?
What to bring in Lanzini?
Yeah.
Well, for me, right now at this moment, it would have to be Benrahma.
I know.
I like Benrahma, and I think he's.
It's the only sensible choice, though. If you were bringing Lanzini in, it would have to be Benrahma, wouldn't it?
Benrahma, because you know I would basically, and you know, to be fair, by doing that, by playing 3 in the centre in the centre backs, and by playing 3 in the midfield, you've also got to consider that another player has got to be taken off from you know, further up the pitch. You know, would that be Bowen or would that be Fornells? You know, because you wouldn't want to lose Antonio. So, you know, you would stick him up front with maybe Bowen, or maybe would you stick Fornells behind him? You know, I don't know. I mean, I'm purely speculating on, well, I say speculating. I'm not even speculating, really. I'm just putting forward a team that I think would look and work well together. You know?
Would. And I think, again, in certain games, Clive, that could really work. And that'll be down to Moyes to pick them games, you know?
Yeah.
And I think Benrahma would have. We could actually keep the same team almost. And but Benrahma loses out. Would you play Masuaku?
I don't know. Do you know what? To be perfectly fair, I probably wouldn't play Masuaku out there. It would be Creswell would be my first choice. But then if Creswell was unavailable or injured or whatever, I personally, I would put Bowen out there on the left because we know that Bowen's got a left foot. I think he, I like the
Yeah,
idea
definitely.
that he plays the left footer out on the right so that he can come in onto his left. And I
Well, that's
like
what
the
he
fact
does,
that he
really,
plays,
doesn't
yeah, and he plays Ben Rama out on the left so that
he?
he
He
can
likes
cut in onto
inverted.
his right.
He loves
Yeah,
inverted
he
wingers.
does.
A left
Yeah, he
footer on the
does.
right
He
side,
does
a
like
right
it.
footer on the left side.
Yeah,
He
but
loves all
I
that, doesn't
think if we were to play that 3-5-1-1 or 3-5-2 formation, then instead of uh, Masuaku replacing Creswell if that was needed, I personally would stick Bowen out there because he has got the left foot. He can go down that
he?
left hand side and whip the ball in from the corner. So that
He can.
there's lots of options, but I think Lanzini should stay. Happy Amaret says, I've got another 2 years to perv over Lanzini at
Yeah.
least.
Hopefully he
I
is,
hope
mate.
you're right.
Hopefully he has.
I hope you're right. I
Yeah. I
really
want to
do
keep
hope
him.
you're
Look,
right.
at the end of the day, whether he actually starts every game, Clive, or not, as I want him on that bench. I want some quality on the bench, and he is quality. And
Well, look what he did coming off the bench at Tottenham in the 3-3.
yeah,
I mean, how
yeah,
could
and
anyone,
not just that.
whoever?
The other week, Clive, I can't remember what game on. He came on. He was superb. I think it was a Genk game.
Mm,
He
mm.
settled the whole side down. He's passed the
Yeah,
ball.
he
He
did.
kept the ball. Used it well.
And
He set up the
his
first
defensive
goal.
work rates improved as well, which is
Yeah.
really nice.
I
You
thought he was
know,
superb, mate. I thought he changed the game for me. I really did. I thought he was the catalyst that changed that game to us to go
yeah,
2-1 up. So yeah, man,
yeah.
I don't want Lanzini going anywhere. I think we need
No,
them.
no, no. Gaza says, so Clive, when you giving up your acting career? Acting career. The only acting I've ever done, mate, is on the football pitch when I've been taken out and I roll around going, ref,
God,
he's ended
you're
my
not one of them, are
career.
you? You're not one of them.
No, I'm
Fucking hell.
bloody. No, I'm bloody not. I'll jump up and smack the geezer in the eye. I do.
That's more like it. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Uh,
Gaza says Pablo Fornals is keeping Lanzini out of the starting 11. To be honest, I agree. I agree. Pablo is, but then Pablo is probably one of only 3 players in our recognised starting 11.
yeah,
He's one of only 3 players that I wouldn't change. I
no,
mean,
he's
obviously,
undroppable, right?
Declan, yeah,
He's
Declan
undroppable.
Rice, Declan Rice is undroppable. Pablo Fornals is undroppable. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, for me, in the Premiership, Fabianski's undroppable. Sorry. All the
At
other
this moment,
players, I
yeah.
think, could be rotated. But at this moment in time, they're the 3. And they're the central 3, Why would you change it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No. There's
So,
no way.
yeah. Yes, Gaza. The Lanzini goal versus the Spuds was class, and probably the goal of the season, if you ask me.
Yeah, it should have been. It should have been, mate.
I actually think
don't know
that
if it was.
West Ham voted it as the West Ham official West Ham website. I think they did
Yeah.
actually vote that
Did they?
as the
Premier League
as,
should have voted it.
mate. Listen, it could easily have been up there with any of the ones that was. But I bet you any money you like it was a Man United or a Liverpool player that got it. Right. Happy Amaret, I'm going to read off this screen now because that's getting smaller and smaller. He has definitely changed in his attacking prowess since his injury. However, he is the one who will score a stunner that makes a massive difference. He is valued at around 9 million and is well worth that. I agree. 9 million sounds a bit cheap for him, really, if you ask me.
Yeah. Can you imagine that, Clive? Can you imagine another team and West Ham put him up, say, for 10 mil? They'd bite your hand off, surely. They'd bite your hand off.
Listen, my brother, who is a staunch Chelsea fan, sorry, not player, a staunch Chelsea fan, we chat about each other's teams quite a lot. So,
Yeah.
I got quite a good idea of how he feels about Chelsea's team and West Ham's team, as he has with my opinions. Now, we've spoken about Lanzini quite a lot because he is one of the players that I love. You know, for me, Lanzini should and could replace uh, the pedestal that we put Payet on. Okay, I know Payet turned out to be a rat, and we don't like that. But as a player, Payet was incredibly good, and his
Incredible.
talent was on
Incredible.
display every time. Yeah, I mean, like that left-footed. Sorry, not the left foot, but the Rabona, the cross that he did with the little Rabona for
For Antonio,
Antonio to nod it in. Oh, I mean, come on. He did that as a bit of a show-off thing, but and then when the goal went in, he just turned around to the supporters as if to say, "Look, what did you expect? You know, you know, quality.
I can do anything."
But I felt that I felt that Lanzini could quite easily have replaced Payet with that kind of reverement from us. You know, but
I think he was. The thing is with Payet and Lanzini, Lanzini was at his best with Lanzini on the pitch. You know, Payet, both of them complement each other. I thought they were absolutely brilliant. And I'll tell Clive, you've been watching the game as long as I have, right? And I'll tell you this now, regardless of the Payet, how it ended, doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. That guy is probably, and me and you have both seen all the greats, haven't we? We've seen all the greats at West Ham. I reckon he's probably the best player, talent-wise, that I've ever seen at West Ham. And I'm a Trevor Brooking, Alan Devonshire love affair with them and Bobby Moore.
Yeah.
For that short period of time, I've never seen world class like I saw from him. And it was a pleasure. Pleasure to watch him for that short period of time. It really was.
Yeah, I mean, like during my time, I think there are probably 4 players that I would classify as my pick for best player that West Ham have had in any time period. Like, for example, Bobby Moore has to be number 1 on the list for me. Watched him play a number of times. Okay, it wasn't every time the man played, but you know, I watched him play a few times, quite a few times, and I saw him play for Fulham also. And you know, there weren't a man on the ball like that, man. There still isn't, and there never will be. You know, for me, he had everything that you would want out of a player in that position. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm going to miss out some names, and they are fantastic players. You know, the likes of Adam Devonshire and the likes of Billy Bonds and stuff like that. But I'm talking about actual world-class players that we've had at West Ham. Bobby Moore being the first of them that I've seen during my lifetime. Then I would have to say the next world-class player that we actually really had. And please excuse me for not including Trevor Brooking in this because he was great, but was he world class? You know, but for me, the next actual worldie that we really fielded for me was Paolo Di Canio.
I knew you were going to say that.
I know there's a massive gap. Yeah. I know there's a massive gap in that time, and we had some great players. But, you know, a worldie. I mean, we're talking about someone that any club in the world would walk up to you and say, I will give you X amount for that player right now. You know what I mean? And it'd be well above his value.
He gave you, Clive, he gave you moments of just world class, didn't he? You know, and just go, wow. You know, you just wow factor thing, isn't it? You think Di Canio just gave you that. You didn't see that from many players. As did Payet, you know, Payet, they just gave you, you know, the free kick he scored against Palace, Payet, it was just phenomenal.
Oh, it was
just defied
incredible.
Gravity.
Yeah,
you know, things like that. Yeah. And when Di Canio scored
physics. It defied physics, for God's sake.
Yeah, I know. It's mental.
That ball should never have gone where it did. It was travelling like that through the air.
And then someone's pushing it down in the corner.
So West Ham worldies, in my book, You know, we're looking at Bobby Moore, we're looking at Paolo Di Canio. Yes, we are looking at Dimitri Payet. And also, in my opinion, I think Carlos Tevez was the other.
He was, mate.
You know,
very short time of it,
for a very short time. But, you know, listen, if Carlos Tevez hadn't have played for us, my next choice would have been Jesse Lingard. I think he's a worldie. And I think we need him back. You know, I think Jesse Lingard is a world-class player. Or potentially he's a world-class player.
Potentially,
Get him under David Moyes for more than 6 months.
Yeah,
and that
I'd
man
put
will
that
be
caveat in there.
for
Potentially a world-class player. He's got the potential of being unbelievable.
Yeah.
And but he's class anyway. He's class anyway. You know, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And we don't get it often, Clive, and we need to enjoy it.
Let's go to the comments quickly. Disabled team. West Ham would be mad to get rid of a player of Lanzini's quality. And besides that, Happy Hammerette wouldn't be happy, so West Ham should keep him. Well, there is that. I mean, we wouldn't want to upset Happy, would we?
No, no, the world will collapse.
It's not. It's not something. So Gaz is saying that he would put Lanzini in the £15 million bracket. To be honest, mate, I think even that it's a little cheap. I would have put another 3 on that myself. I would have said 18 to 20 because let's not be biased about this, right? Lanzini has been held back a little bit by the fact that he isn't getting game time at West Ham, and we all know that players grow into their role in a club, especially after having spent 3 years or 4 years as a part of that squad and as a part of that club. So Lanzini's quality has grown and grown and grown. And I think, if he was given game time every week, you could quite easily see him going for 18 to 20 million. But let's not see him going at all, in my opinion.
Yeah, similar to that. Let's not let them go anywhere. Let's just keep hold of him. At least another season.
Disabled team says they'd love. Agreed. The disabled team say they'd love to see Lanzini at Leeds. I'm sure you would. And do you know something? If I was West Ham's board or West Ham's manager right now, I'd be looking at Lanzini saying, yeah, he does the job for us when he comes on. He does the job for us. But are we being fair on him? Because he deserves to be playing like week in, week out, really. Maybe I'd put him on a short-term loan deal at Leeds, to give him playing time and give Leeds a little booster. But obviously, he wouldn't be able to play against us. But Lanzini at Leeds, honestly, that would be like Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't.
The best player in the squad. To be honest, I don't want to see Lanzini going anywhere, not even on a loan. Gaza says we should get Coyote and Tompkins on the cheap. Mate, love them both, and they've both done a brilliant job for us. But this club's going forward.
Yeah,
it's going forward. We don't go back. We don't go backwards. The only way we need to go back is we get our loan player from last season back. That's the only backward step we should take, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I probably am as far as 85% of the faithful are concerned. But let's not go back. Coyote, brilliant. And he made it in my one from each team as well. So, I rate him. I rate him highly. And he is an ex-Hammer. And he is a great, great defensive midfielder. But Souček and Rice will keep him out. So let's not have him, Hammerette says, I've had a word with Moyes and he has agreed to keep my eye candy in the squad. Beautifully done. Well done, Hammerette. Hey, well done.
Well, that's it then.
That's great.
There's no point in discussing that anymore.
No, that's it then. Happy Hammerette says, get in line, DT. Disabled team, get in line. Get in line for what? Hold on. Hold on.
DT wants to nick Lanzini.
Yeah, he wants them at Leeds, doesn't he? Yeah,
Leeds.
that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
That's
So
what,
she's
yeah.
saying, oh,
What do you think it
I'm
was?
going to have to put that back up on the screen again because it's important. That's an important comment. Get in line, DT. Eamon Green's in the house. Good morning, Eamon. Lovely of you to join us. Much appreciated. Eamon says versatility. Versatility and versatile are the words I think you're looking for when thinking of
Yeah,
Lanzini. Even I had to
right.
think there, laugh out loud. Versatility, that is the word. I like
Yeah,
versatility. Not quite as much as I like tenacity, but I love versatility.
yeah. You do a lot of big words, son, don't you?
Oh yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for big words, cunnilingus, all of them. I love them all. But you know that
You
the
slip that one in.
yeah, well, no, not quite, not on camera anyway. Uh, Eamon, I love the fact that you corrected me on that, mate, because that is the word I was looking for. Versatility and versatile. They are the words.
And it is.
Watchwords of the day. Gaza says, see, there was a slight earthquake in Scotland. I bet that shook their pockets. Earthquake in Scotland?
Was it?
I'm not with you there, Gaza. What's that?
Maybe there was.
Oh, mate. Oh,
No, I think
bet it shook their pockets,
right,
yeah.
the place is
Yeah.
a hovel anyway. It won't make any difference.
Yeah. Hammerette says Moyes does like versatile players, and Lanzini is exactly that. Always ready to liven us up. Well, he's always ready to liven you up, girl. That's for sure. I know that much.
Yeah.
But he does. You know, he comes on and he does a job. I mean, when he comes on as a starter, he's quite inconspicuous for a little while during the early parts of the game, and unless, of course, we're banging at their goal, you know, knocking at the door early doors, you know. And then Lanzini's always a part of that if he starts, I agree. But he is really, really, at this moment in time, he's probably the best impact sub that we've got at West Ham United.
Yeah. It's about right. Yeah.
I can't think of anybody else who is actually as good as an impact sub.
Well, when you look at our bench, right, when you want someone to control the game a bit and be attacking, who else would you bring on? Yarmolenko? Jesus Christ.
Well, no, I wouldn't. Not unless you can put a yellow shirt on.
Lanzini's your only choice, really.
He is really, you know. Actually, having said that, there is a younger player under 23 called Pierre Ekwa. You probably heard of him. We got him in the summer. Now he's very much that kind of player that we're talking about with Lanzini. All right, he's not experienced, and he won't come on and do a job like Lanzini will. Not right now. He needs more experience for that. But he is the kind of player that is being lined up to be perhaps a replacement to Lanzini when he does go eventually. I mean, I wouldn't want to stifle Lanzini's development. We've been a massive part of his development, but you know, there are times when certain players can only develop so far with the surroundings that they're in and the people they're surrounded by. I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe that the West Ham coaching staff and the management and stuff, I believe that they're good enough and versatile enough. See, I've got that word in again. To enhance a player for their entire career. And I don't think Lanzini would need to move on anywhere to further his career. I think he could. I think he could achieve everything he needs to achieve with us.
I think what I love about him, Clive, is when he just seems to be enjoying it as well, even though he's got limited game time. When he comes on, he plays, and when we score, he's still a big part of it. He's still loving it. He's still enjoying it. He wants to be part of it, and that's half the battle. If you got players like Lanzini and other teams, and I've seen it at Man United now, they've got the shits because they're on the bench. You can see it in their faces. Right? He hasn't. He wants to play. He still thinks he's part of that squad and part of that team. and what we're achieving. So, and he is, and I hope to see more of him.
Yeah, yeah. Gaza says, let's not forget if we get Lingard as well, he will be exactly that what we've been talking about with Lanzini. So would it be Lanzini that suffers with Lingard coming in?
Possibly.
You know,
Possibly.
this is why. I mean, like I've had a little think about all of this over the last few days. You know, it's all very well us calling for Lingard in, or this man in, or that man in, or whatever. But you know, we've also got to consider that we've got an established starting 11 now at West Ham. You know, which is with rotating central defenders, etc. But we've got an established starting 11, and let's not forget that any player we bring in could challenge to be into that. What should be challenging to get into that starting 11.
That's the point.
So you know, people are saying, "Oh yeah, but if you bring in Lingard, who suffers? If you bring in Kylian Mbappe, who suffers?" Well, everybody would, because Kylian Mbappe would be the first name on the team sheet, but he's not a player we're looking at as far as I'm aware.
No,
but I'm using him as an example, you know. No, but you know, if we were to bring in a star player, you know, of any in any position, any one of the positions in our starting 11 are at risk of being changed. You know,
yes, exactly. That's the point, though. The reason why, if you look at Clive, the reason why Liverpool and Man City have won these leagues, because they've had all them players on the bench to attack everyone's position.
Yeah.
Like everyone's position at Man City is up for grabs, every one of them, and they know it.
Yeah.
And it pushes them on. Yeah. It pushes, and Liverpool the same.
I mean,
they've got players there that can say, right, if you're not performing, I've got this player here to take your place, and that's where we need to get to. We get hung up a little bit on the starting 11, but it's all up for grabs, and we want that because it makes us a better team in the end. It makes us a better team,
and you know, with the team spirit that's you know, that's evident whenever we see them. You know, that sort of enhances everybody's game, if you like. You know. Yeah, you know, one man might be encouraging the next man to do this, do that, get their fitness up and this and that. But you know what you got to remember is the man that's encouraging the next man is the man that's going to be replaced by him, or potentially.
Yeah.
You know that David Moyes and his team work the players in pairs and stuff, and 99% of the time those pairings are in the same position. So you know, I suppose. Yeah, that's one way of looking at. Oh, there's me left back. So yeah, they're doing all right. Well, okay, he's doing better. I'm going to pick him, kind of thing. I can understand that. But also, you know, you've got central defenders encouraging the next central defender to be as good, if not better, than he is. You know,
like, Clive, if you look at the Soufal Johnson situation, right? There's no way 6 weeks ago we could have thought young Ben Johnson could ever be in front of Soufal. It just, it was an impossibility there because he was so good for us. And now he has proved that he could be, he can be. And now Soufal again,
and he's done that for the last 2 games.
Yeah,
and then when Soufal has come on, and when Soufal has come on, you know, we see him as being played out of position. He's sticking him up near the flipping centre circle.
Well, everybody puts him, but he's still bloody keen, isn't he? He's not got the shits, and he's not going, well, woe is me. He's out there still to do a job for West Ham and do a job for the team.
With a smile on his face.
Every smile, man.
It's lovely to see. Yeah. Happer Amaret, she's saying, I'd like to see Yama and Masuaku go in January. Agreed. I think we would all like to see that. Not worth keeping, in my opinion, she said. They don't make much difference when they're subbed on. Dead horses come to mind. Yes. Yeah. Why flog a dead horse when it's not going to improve? That's absolutely right. And they are the 2 players that are most at risk.
I think it's on the cards there. I don't know about January though, Clive. I'm not sure.
But they are going to be the first 2 out of the door though, by the look.
Yeah, I think maybe at the end of the season. It could happen in January, but I think it's probably more likely at the end of the season.
Yeah. Disabled team are saying Gaza, some parts of Scotland is due to snow
Good.
too.
They deserve it.
Oh, yeah, see? And you're worried about getting sunburn. See what we got to deal with. Gaza says, I got a feeling Arthur could be going. I think we all feel that way, mate. Yeah, I heard TDT says about the snow. And, you know, Masuaku, he's not the greatest of players. And I do kind of get Stell's point about him. But, you know, there have been one or two moments in his West Ham career where you go, oh, that was amazing. You know?
Yeah, he does do that to you, doesn't he?
Yeah, it
He
does.
does
You know,
do
and,
that to
and
you again.
it's sad when a player does that, and then for the next, you know, 90 minutes or whatever they play, you're looking at them going, oh my God, why did he do that? Oh my God, why couldn't he
Yeah, I
pass the
know.
ball? Why didn't you get rid of it quicker? You know,
He's
we all
definitely
we
one of
all
them,
know
isn't
what
he?
he is. Yeah, he's going to be going, and he's got to go. Eamon says, I think Lanzini is really good tactically, agreed. He can read the game, make great passes, but unfortunately, against the tougher opponents, he's not very good defensively. Well, you know, let's be honest, naturally, he's an attacking midfielder. Um, he's only really started taking on defensive roles since his injury, as Hammerette alluded to earlier on.
The only worry with that Clive is we did actually sign him as a left back.
Who? Lanzini?
No, Masuaku.
Oh, Masuaku. Yeah, no, we've got
We
past
signed
him.
him as a left back.
We're on
We just
Lanzini
found
again.
out that he weren't very good at it, and we put him up the wing a bit.
Yeah, yeah. Which is, yeah, I think best position for him. But
Yeah.
yeah, I reckon he would do a job for someone like Palace or Wolves, even. Imagine
Yeah.
him in Wolves and that Traore down the right hand side.
No, maybe, yeah, but maybe
That's
he's
pretty.
better
That's
off
a
at
pretty awesome.
If we could sell him to
Look,
Newcastle at 30 million, that'd be brilliant.
yeah, yeah. What
They
did we
could
pay
have
for
him.
him? 8 was it? 8 or 12 was it? We paid for him, wasn't it?
Too much.
Masuaku? 8 or
I can't
12
remember
mil?
what he paid for him, mate.
I don't know.
He's been on a
I
good
think
wage for a long time.
we might have even got change out of a tenner for him. Do you know what I mean? I'm not quite sure exactly how much we got for him. We got him for. Eamon says, I think Lanzini's really. Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah, defensively. Lanzini was never really a defender or defensively minded midfielder, but he's kind of learning that trade. And Moyes and the boys, Moyes and the backroom boys, they're kind of teaching him a new trade. New trade, yeah. When you're learning a new trade, you don't tend to have speed. You know, you tend to, if you're learning on the job like Lanzini is, it tends to be quite a slow old process. But he's getting there. His defensive work rate is better than it was, much better than it was.
Yeah, it's a shame, Clark, because I do like the geezer. Right? I'd like him to do better. It's just frustrating
Lanzini
sometimes to watch.
or are you talking about Lanzini or Masuaku now?
Masuaku.
Right, okay.
I just find him so frustrating to watch at times. But I'd like him to do better because I like the guy. I think he's all right. You know what I mean? He tries hard, but he's frustrating.
Happy Amaret says she feels bad for Arthur Masuaku, but sentiment shouldn't come into a business transaction.
That's about right. That's about how I feel.
I agree with that, but I'm quite sad that you see it as a business transaction. I'd rather look at it as you know, not as a business transaction, because that's quite cold and you know, that's quite cold and impersonal.
Industry,
yeah, well, true. Yeah. You know, we need. I think Masuaku needs to go because even though the morale of the team is very high and very good, and he's part of that morale. Let's not ignore that fact. But you know, his performances aren't worthy of the club that we are right now. That's how I put it. Is Vlasic going to take part this season, says the disabled team? He's been playing a bit part at the moment, hasn't he? I think he's had a couple of starts in the European games and a couple
It's
of
a big question.
appearances.
It's a big question, Clive.
It is.
Eventually,
It's a question that many of us YouTubers, if you want to put it, us commentators, or whatever you want to call us, dickheads behind the camera, if you like. I don't care. But a lot of us have discussed this about Vlasic. Is he going to play a part? Is he going to come good? Is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? Have we wasted 30 million quid on him? These aren't questions that any of us can answer yet. I mean, we've had him in the fold for less than 6 months, you know, and we know David Moyes. Yeah, and we know David Moyes loves to blood him in gently. You know, he don't like throwing someone into all-out war. You know, he'd rather let them go and have a little skirmish here and there first. You know, Gazza agrees with you, Kieran, over something. I'm not quite sure what that's about. I don't know, but I reckon he should go and see a doctor if he's agreeing with you over anything. Right, so he's saying Lanzini is better at coming on for the last 20 minutes or so to play against tired legs. Yeah. Mate, listen, Benny would be able to do exactly that as well, and so would Bowen, and so would Fornells, and probably even Yarmolenko to some degree. But let's stick with the ones that we love, not the ones that we're pissed off with. Listen, Lanzini's great. He's a fantastic impact sub. He's a good player. He's a great player. He's got a really good eye for a pass, but he's a brilliant impact sub. Nobody better, in my opinion. Nobody better in our squad. Gazza says, strange one, TDT. Hammerat, she says, if Lanzini was the size of Antonio, could you just imagine what he would be like? He'd be big. He'd be big and muscly.
He'd be bigger than anyone else.
Hang on. Is this a secret fantasy of yours, Hammerat? A DNA splicing between Antonio and Lanzini, you know? Okay, maybe a beach towel. Maybe a beach towel would be too small to soak that drool up. We might have to use, you know, a king-size continental quilt. Gazza says he agrees with you, Hammerat. DT. Sorry.
Where you going? He's hit the wrong button, hasn't he? Gazza's hit the wrong button. What you done, shit? He was just about to say, sorry to go off topic. How is Brother Peach doing, Kieran and Clark? He's doing very well.
Sorry about that, mate.
I was just trying to answer that question while you disappeared. You can do it now, mate.
That's right. I pressed the wrong button. My phone's on the thing.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. I knew you hit the wrong button.
Yeah. Right.
We're all doing that,
where
son.
Are we? Hang on. Hold on. Do you know what? There's so many comments I haven't covered yet.
You're kidding me, yeah? You've been right on it.
Mate, no, listen, there's frigging hundreds of them.
I've got to grab
I just don't know where. Go on, you go and grab a beer.
I've got one. Yeah, right.
All right, okay. All right, so I'm about here, I think.
Scotty, boy, how you going, boys? Live on YouTube. Say hello.
Right.
Look at that.
Hello. How are you?
Did you see them there, Gozer?
Yeah. Right. So disabled team. Yeah, I did see him. Yeah. Right. So yeah, he's doing okay. He's going to have to spend a couple more days in hospital. Yeah, so he's going to have to spend a couple more days in hospital. He's doing, everything he can to get well, and Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he's there. He's at the hospital. He's improving. He's had a bit of a battle with his pneumonia, but he's fine. He's absolutely fine. Happy Amaret. Eamon says, age is all but a number. I've obviously missed. I've missed a few comments out, but anyway, let's go. Hammerhead says, "Oh, morning." Hammerhead says, Forsan has been likened to Kante. If that's the case, that's a good shout. I like Forsan. He's a
Who's
really,
Fortune?
really good player.
Who's
He's
he, guys?
under 23.
All
He's an
right.
under 23. I think we signed him in the summer window. I think we picked him up in the summer window. He's a really good young lad, and they're saying he's being likened to N'Golo Kante. Well, if that's the case,
Really?
get him in the side now. N'Golo Kante.
I've been watching the under 23. I just can't remember his name. That's all.
Awesome. Yeah, he's fairly tall, mixed race looking lad. I'm not sure if he is mixed race, but he looks like he is. He's tall, central midfielder.
All right.
Usually, that's where he usually plays, in central midfield. Eamon says he's never liked Yama. From day one, he's always looked too much of a lightweight for the Premiership. Agreed. In fact, I think he would even struggle in the Championship. I agree with that as well. He's not much of a tough player, is he? And he doesn't. His first season with us, he looked absolutely electric. Got an injury.
Yeah.
Different player altogether.
He was
Hammerhead says, Eamon, yes, it is.
When we bought him, which is annoying because it continued.
Yeah. Why we do that? Why did we go and buy an injury?
We've been doing it for so many years, Clive, as you know. We buy these players that are prone to injury, and then we're surprised when they get injured.
Being one of them.
Oh,
I was so happy when we signed Jack Wilshere for the fact that Jack Wilshere's capabilities. But then I was like, why are we signing a donkey? Why are we signing somebody who's crook for 3/4 of the season? Crooked. I meant, crooked, as in injured.
Well, I reckon he ended up being a crook because we had to give him £3.8 million for him to walk away. Jesus Christ! And he never played for us.
And we do that, and then he walks away and starts slagging us off. Dick.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway, if you're watching Jack Wilshere, we don't want you. Right. Happy Amaret says, Eamon, yes, it is. Lanzini will be with us until he's 30 years, 4 months, and 12 days. Just numbers. She hasn't much got a thing for him, has she? She knows
not a lot.
How many hours?
Not a lot,
how many hours on there? Yeah, how many hours left in them 12 days? You know what I mean?
She knows what he has for breakfast.
Oh, mate, she probably cooks it for him, bless her. Or she'd like to, wouldn't you?
She'd like to, yeah. That's the point. She'd like to.
Hammerhead is saying, Hammerhead, sad what happened there with Ashton. Oh, I must have missed that. But would
Dean
have
Ashton.
been
You'd be talking about Dean Ashton.
Way before Hurricane. Dean Ashton, yeah.
I'd imagine he was a fabulous player. They got another one who went to England, played for England and got done, didn't he? His injury stemmed from the England game or the England trainer. I can't remember, but ruined his career.
Yeah, completely. What else was I looking for?
Shiny
G in the house. Hello, Shiny G. I can't say I've ever seen your name before. Welcome.
I have.
Afternoon, guys. Big love to Peach if he's watching. Hopefully he is watching. But Shiny G, I don't know if you're aware, he'll be watching from a hospital bed, mate. He got taken in. He had COVID. He managed to clear that. Picked up about a pneumonia, and he hasn't been able to shake that off. It was getting better, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to fight it off, and so they've taken him into hospital for a bit more treatment, some observation, because he hasn't able to shake it off. His breathing is laboured, etc. But he's in great spirits. He's going to be back with us soon. But I'll pass on your regards to him, Shiny G. Thank you for visiting and joining us. It's nice of you. Hammerat says that goal when he was subbed on at Noble's testimonial game. Yes, indeed, it was marvellous. Shiny G, morning. I obviously got up too early today. Hammerat says Noble was so proud of him. Yeah, honestly, I have limited memory of that. I'd have to watch it again, but excuse me for 1 second.
Proud of who?
But Lanzini, I believe we're talking about, aren't we? Was it Lanzini that scored at Noble's testimonial game?
Oh, right. Sorry, the testimonial, not the. Yeah, you're right. Not the. No.
Yeah, it was Lanzini that scored the goal, wasn't it? Gaz is saying we cannot afford not to bring anyone in. We need to push on in case of injuries. Agreed, mate. And also, we also need to bolster our squad, not just because of injuries or potential injuries, but also so that we can field different players and different play a different game, even different opportunities available to confuse the other teams. They're kind of learning our game a little bit, and even though we're still winning and we haven't lost a game for a little while, and touch wood that continues, but players are getting sussed out, therefore our team is getting sussed out, therefore the run of great results is only but that far away from ending. So new players in with different attributes causes confusion to other clubs. And, it's no different when other clubs get new players in. It confuses the likes of our tacticians and stuff. So, it's, yeah, you're right. We do need to bring people in. Hammerat says, as were all of us. Oh, look, she even put her own spelling mistake up there. Hammerhead says, it's a shame he didn't get that injury a few years later. You can come back from that kind of thing now. Oh, how times change. Oh, we're talking about Dean Ashton. Sorry. Dean Ashton scored a testimonial, was it? Is that what?
Yeah.
Do you know, like I said, I've got limited memory of it, I'm afraid. But
same here, I couldn't get to watch it out here, Clive, so I can't remember it. I think I saw highlights of it once. That's about it.
Yeah. I don't think I've watched it in full either, but my work commitments and that have been all over the place. I mean, I was working away in Devon for 6 months and I had no internet there whatsoever. So, yeah. But yeah, you're right. Dean Ashton, it's a shame he got his injury. He was fantastic for us, but it was short-lived. So, for me, move on. We had to move on, and we did move on. What a waste of raw talent. Yeah, agreed.
It's a shame. Big shame.
Hammerat says she's got a pic of Ashton and me. Not, yeah. She's with him in the picture. Not long before his international injury. Makes me feel quite sad looking at it. Yeah. Have you seen the picture of Hammerat with Bobby Zamora as well?
No.
She don't half look young in the picture. Honestly,
yeah,
she looks like her own daughter. That's how young she looks in it. Really nice picture though. Really, really nice picture. I'll have to have a look at this one of you and Ashton. Hammerat. You have to send that one to me. Hammerhead says, screw Harry Kane. Ashton was the chosen one. Just to think, he's only 35 and 36, or 35 or 36 now. He literally would have just retired. Oh, what a waste. Yeah, agreed. Hammerhead says, Happy Hammerette. Another Ashton will come along one day again. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, she says. And Gaza says, Vazte was another one. He had the skills, but didn't really push on. Yeah. Oh, man, that one goal he scored that everybody talks about, and I can't remember what game it was in now. But it was a really important goal. But Vazte, yeah, he showed a lot of promise. Never really produced it, though. Shiny G is saying, good morning, happy Hammerette. Everybody says hello to you, don't they? Must be because you're such a nice person. Must be because you're such a nice person. Hammerhead says, Vazte was a championship player at best. Oh, I don't know. I think he would have fitted in quite well with somebody like Norwich or Brentford, someone like that right now, currently that are in the Premiership. Okay, you might call them championship teams because they've only just come up. But they're in the Premiership right now, and he would have done a job for them. Yeah, I agree, says Gaza. Did score the odd goal for us, though. Yeah. Let's move on back to Lanzini. Good. Well done, Eamon says. Lanzini is too lightweight to defend, in his opinion, for what Moyes wants. There is some truth in that, some value in that. You can't teach a lightweight to beat a heavyweight, laugh out loud, like Yama. He will just be held off the ball. There is some, some value in that, Eamon. I agree. But, Bowen, he's not exactly. Yeah. Bowen isn't exactly what you would call a heavyweight. And he does equal. Or Benrahma, and they do really well holding players off. It's a matter of them using their skill. And Lanzini has got some skill. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be when he's surrounded by players with the ball under his feet. He seems to struggle with that scenario, which is why he's dangerous in defence, in my opinion. Oh, no, not dangerous. That actual scenario is a dangerous thing, in my opinion. But Lanzini is learning his defensive work. Gaz says definitely Hammerhead. Oh, Chelsea Paul's in the house. Hey, Chelsea Paul. Hi, how's it going? Paul. He says, yeah, we're doing all right. Well, nice of you to join us, Chelsea Paul. Thank you very much for popping into West Ham Random.
Profile there is Thailand Eats. Are you in Thailand, Chelsea? Or is that just your thing? Or you just like eating Thai food?
Well,
or work he might work at
lovely of you to join us here on West Ham Random. If you're new to the channel, mate, please like the video and subscribe. Although it's mostly West Ham content, we enjoy having people in from other clubs, other supporters. So
it's normally you're welcome. So you'll be all right.
Yeah. We don't usually give it too hard to Chelsea, Hammerhead says 3 players we have from the Bilic era we shouldn't have let go. Sacco, Diafra Sacco, Enner Valencia, and Edmilson Fernandez. He was a real prospect with us. Yeah, agreed. But the thing is, there was a comment made earlier on. I think it was Hammerette that made the comment. Sentiment shouldn't come into it. Whether we liked them or not, and whether they were good or not, we got decent money for them. I mean, I remember Everton coming in for Valencia, 11 million, I think it was it? I think it was something like 9 or 11 million we got for him. Yeah, we paid about 3 for him. So, that was good business. And sentiment should not stand in the way of business, as I have been told, quite rightly. Gaza says, Lanzini needs to get on the weight. Perhaps Happy Hammerette can help him. Now, come on, stop it. Look, we're going to have to get the towels out again now. Look, wipe up all this drool. We paid 6.2 million for Masuaku. Thank you, Hammerette. But he has a contract with us until 2024. Contracts don't really mean a lot, though, do they? I mean, we could sign Declan Rice up until the year 2030. It doesn't mean people aren't going to come in for him and buy him out of the contract. So But I know what you're saying, Hamret. But if we've paid 6.2 for him, surely we could take 5 for him right now, couldn't we? 4.5 to 5. You know, okay, we're losing a couple of mil or a mil, but that's nothing when you consider that Masuaku's surplus to requirements. He's not getting a game. He's not good enough for our squad. Let him go. Let him go for $1 million. You know, I wouldn't give a shit. Shiny G says it's going to be difficult getting ruthless with the players who got us where we are. True. But we can't let loyalty get in the way of our progress. That is absolutely 100% right, Shiny.
Exactly that. That's why. That's why when Lingard comes in, goes up. When Lingard comes in, I'm backing it all the way. I think he's coming in, right? And Vlasic comes good. They're threatening positions of Bowen, Benrahma, and Fornells, right? They're threatening them, and we want that. We want that.
Yeah,
and if one of them isn't playing well, he will be dropped. One of these guys come in. This is what happens.
Yeah.
And I think if you want the progress of a club, you need that competition. You need it.
Yeah.
So I welcome it.
And you know, the fact that we all know that Lingard is a Man United boy through and through. We all know that. We got no delusions of grandeur. But we also know that when he came here on loan, he came here to do a job. And that job was to get himself considered for the England squad again.
And done it.
You know, and he done it. I mean, let's not be too moralistic here. He didn't come here to help West Ham. He came here to help himself.
No. It was a personal quest to get back in the England team. And it suited both parties.
And I'm not calling him out for that. I'm not calling him out for that. I got no problem with that. The fact that he came in to prove a point, to do a job, to get himself back into contention for England, the fact that he did that with West Ham and did a fantastic job of it while he was here, how can anybody criticise the man for that? Nobody can, should, or does.
Yeah,
really.
Again, he went back to Man United and he's just been left out of that last England squad. You know what I mean? I mean, against teams.
You know, I think that
you could have put fucking not anybody in there, and yet he didn't get picked for that squad.
Yeah.
So that tells me he has to come back to West Ham to try and do it again to get back in that squad.
Yeah,
he has to.
But then, we've also got to remember,
you sitting on the bench at Man United is not going to get you in my team.
Ain't doing you no favor. Yeah, ain't doing you no favors, mate.
He just told him that.
I think we've also got to consider though that Lingard really got on well with David Moyes when he was at Man United. David Moyes openly admitted that he had money to spend and chose not to because he wanted Lingard.
Yeah, but they wanted too much money.
So there's but there's a relationship there. The point I'm making is that between Lingard and Moyes, there's a relationship there.
Yeah.
And I honestly believe that Lingard will want to leave Manchester United. That's why he hasn't signed another contract. I honestly believe that that he also wants to be in contention for England. Definitely wants to be in contention. No brainer,
Clive. No brainer.
And
I tell you what, Clive.
He also knows that us guys, those of us that support West Ham, he also knows that we're gonna back him, and that we want him. So he's gonna want that. Love.
It's a no-brainer for me.
It is a no-brainer. And
in January, it's my prediction, right? And I've been many a time wrong, but I don't think I am on this one. I reckon we'll pay probably 10 million for him, and he'll come to West Ham in January. That's what I
don't think we're going to pay that for him. I don't think we're going to pay. I know 10.
I know. Before I used to think 6, 7 million, but I reckon West Ham would say 10 mil. Man United said, give us 10 mil, you can have him now, or you wait till the end of the season and you can get him for nothing. But then he's up for grabs for everyone. But I believe, I reckon West Ham will give him 10 million and he'll come to West Ham. but I'm just guessing on the number. I believe
Yeah,
he'd be at West Ham in January.
yeah.
We'll see.
Well, that's what one would hope for. Let's be honest, that's what one would hope for. Eamon's saying, problem is we've moved up a level, and unfortunately a couple of levels too high for Masuaku. We've always been a level or two above Yama. I don't know why you put a laugh out loud on the end of that, actually, Eamon, because that's
just
a
about
valid
right.
statement,
It's
mate.
about right.
It's a valid statement, mate. So I'm going to allow you to remove that LOL, right? I'm going to remove it for you. It's not there anymore. That's a valid statement, mate. Good point. Very good point. Hammerette says, I will voluntarily help Lanzini if I have to.
Fucking hell. Stop
Oh,
it.
my gosh, girl. Oh, my gosh. Right. Well, so I'm going to get hold of my solicitor later. I'm going to.
In what respect? In what respect?
I'm
do you
going
want
to.
to help him?
I'm going to change my name to Lanzini just to see if anything happens. Just to see if it works. Is it the name? Is it the man? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. No, all joking aside. All
I
joking
think it's a lot
aside.
to do with the body.
I think Hammerette. It's a lovely offer, but I really don't think we need a tired out, knackered Lanzini turning up. All right, girl. Thanks for that, though. Gaza says, cheers, Clive. Thank you, Gaza. And Gaza says, I bet you would, Hammerette. Loads of laughing faces. Love all that. Love it, love it, love it. Shiny G says, I think Happy Hammerette has a little crush going on.
Do you think?
Okay.
Do you think?
Do you think? Right. Okay. Let me fill you in on a little detail here. It's more than a little crush.
Yeah, I think so, right? Yeah.
I would be saying it's this far short of being an obsession. I probably would get a smack in the eye for that one, but I'm willing to risk it.
Yeah.
Happy Hammerette absolutely adores him. We have this private joke. Whenever there's a picture of him put on the Discord group that we're on, if anybody mentions him or puts a picture up of him, she always puts up the little emoji of someone drooling.
All right.
So we have this private joke about get the towels out. Here comes the drool.
But that's when she got fed up, Gazer, of Zamora and Dean Ashton, and she's moved on to Lanzini.
Yeah. Well, no, I think you'll find that if given the choice between Lanzini and Bobby Zamora, I think you'll find she would probably still go for Zamora. If I'm honest,
yeah.
I think Zamora is probably still her number one crush.
Dean Ashton went out to win pretty quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he's too tall for her, much too tall. She'd have had to get step ladders out to go and give him a kiss on the cheek. Lanzini looks and tastes. Oh, sorry, not taste. Tats. Lanzini's looks and tats and Antonio's thighs. Okay, so you want Antonio's thighs on Lanzini's already perfect legs, do you? Because this is what she's been telling me for the last year, is that he's got perfect legs. Hammerhead says, good point, Clive. Let's splice our players' DNA and design our own super player. Mate, if we could do that, oh gosh, it'd be like that film Ted 2, where we have to sneak into their bedroom and try and get some of their DNA.
Yeah, but I think Hammerhead's already done that, mate. She's got the fucking prototype.
Oh, yeah. Shh, that's rude. You shouldn't be saying things like that. I've got a defender now. What are you doing to me? Come on. She's not like that at all. She would like to have the DNA, I would expect. But
she wants to mix and match.
There we go. Players, right, Hammerhead says, 3 players you can choose from. Who would you splice together to make the ultimate player? Oh, well, I'll tell you now, Cristiano Ronaldo is nowhere near that splicing. Even though he is a fantastic player, you might just get that much of his attitude, and then I'd have to kill the child at birth.
I've got one, Clive.
Go on, then. Who's your 3 players?
I put Maradona and Pele together.
Right, and one more. You got to put one more in there.
One more in there. Well, it'd have to be Pushkas. That'll throw him, geezer, because none of one in there was old enough to remember Pushkas. There you
go. Yeah. Well, for me, I think the three players that I would splice together to make a super player. Yeah. Bobby Moore. I'm going to surprise you with my last one. Bobby Moore.
I'll bet.
Paolo Di Canio. And Didier Drogba.
Well, no, he ain't surprised me at all. Because I'm a big fan of Didier Drogba. Big fan.
Yeah.
It was
mate, I'd love to have seen that guy in our kit, wouldn't you? Oh man.
Well,
the beast in blue should have been the beast in carrot and blue.
Do you know, I don't think I've seen a better striker until recently than Drogba than this Haaland. It reminds me of him a bit. He's just a beast.
Yeah.
Haaland has just got that in him that just
Chelsea Paul's put up a comment here. Chelsea Paul says, Darren sent me over to subscribe. Good luck in the Premier League, guys. Thank you, Chelsea Paul. Paul.
Yes, Chelsea.
Lovely sentiment. And also, Darren, thank you for sending people over to subscribe, mate. It's really nice of you to do that. And Paul, thank you very much for joining us, mate. You're always welcome. Thank you for subscribing. And if you want to know when we're on live or even pre-recorded stuff, hit the notification bell. Ding ding. Shiny G says, if that's a retirement home for old hammers, how do I get in? Hammerette says, you've got to run, guys. Great show, Budgie and Kieran. Thank you. Take it easy, everyone. Come on, you irons, massive hammers. Hammerette, thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you for your continued support, sweetheart. And we're actually going to need a spanner on these shows. So if you're interested, let me know. We need a spanner.
You're the biggest spanner we know.
Which makes my nuts tighten. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh my God! Sorry. Hammerette, please don't hit me, please.
You'll be timed out, mate. She can hit the time out button.
Yeah, I know. I will. I'll be gone. You'll be doing the show on your own. Gazza says, is Kieran and Clive the new Bert and Ernie? Oh my gosh, yeah. I suppose we must be, mate. You know.
Is that a good friend?
The new Bert and Ernie, they're the ones off Sesame Street.
Oh, hello, I remember them now. Yeah, right.
Hello, Ernie.
No,
Bert and Ernie. That's us,
Street, mate. We're the fucking Muppets. Are we?
I know, yeah. It's
Morton and Stadler, or whatever their name is. Waldorf and Stadler.
Yeah. Shiny G saying, thanks for the Peach update. Yeah, brilliant, mate. Last night we actually did a show called an update on Peach's health. I think that was the title. Update on Peach, I think it was actually. And there's a bit more information on there if you want to have a look at it, G. You know, there's, excuse me, 1 second. Yeah, there's progress on the Peach front. And I will go live later after I've spoken to him. I think we agreed to talk about 2 o'clock my time. So it's in about 3 hours. I'll go live a bit later on with another update if necessary, or even just, you know, I may even go live to let him have 5 minutes on camera, just to say thank you to you all for your concerns and your greetings and stuff, you know. Ashton overhead kick at Noble's testimonial game.
I think now I remember that. I remember that.
Yes. Now, thank you for that, Eamon. Yes, that was an incredible goal.
Yeah, it was.
In fact, do you know what? We've been really, really, really fortunate with our strikers. I would say in the last decade or more, with the fact that we've got strikers that are more than capable, talented enough, and brave enough to try them overhead kicks. I mean, it's not everyone that will try that. You know, there's many reasons. One, you can mess it right up and you look a complete dick. Or two, you can hurt yourself on the landing. You know, And I know that for a fact because I come down on top of somebody else's foot once. And I mean, okay, my overhead kick went up, not over. But,
yeah, but it's worth
you
a
know,
go, son.
yeah, I landed on a man's leg and I thought, no, I'm not doing that again because that fucking hurts.
Fuck
So, yeah,
actually,
thanks for the memory jog there, Raymond.
because do you know why that was so poignant, Clive? Do you remember when Ashton done it against Man United at Old Trafford, and he bullied Rio Ferdinand off the ball and overhead kicked it into the top corner?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember that goal?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I think we got done about 3-1 or something, 3-0. No, 3-1. Well, obviously 3 or 4-1.
Yeah.
But even the Man United fans stood and applauded that overhead kick.
The goal. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
To be fair,
yeah. It was probably one of the best overhead kicks I've seen in my lifetime.
It was quality, mate. Especially against Rio Ferdinand, who was the best centre half around at the time. You know?
At that time, yeah. I did also love the one that Andy Carroll did. Who was that against? That wasn't against Liverpool, was it?
Yeah, against Palace. That was the most technically brilliant overhead kick I've ever seen.
And it was almost like when the ball was coming over to him, it was almost like he was like working it out on his hands.
Yeah,
what he was going to do. He was like, he knew exactly what was coming.
He knew.
He planned that.
It was happening.
He positioned himself perfectly for it. You know.
Wasn't it Antonio's cross, Gazer? Wasn't it Antonio's cross? If I remember, I think Antonio put the ball over.
You're right. I think you're right. Yeah, Antonio.
I'm right.
May very well have done. Yeah, I think you're right.
But
actually,
you're right.
Yeah. And then Antonio's overhead
kick worked out what was happening. He was hitting it.
Yeah.
He was doing what he was going to do, and it was
Antonio
just
did one few weeks back, didn't he?
Last season he done one against Man City, didn't he? He held that. Yeah. Well, weren't that spectacular, but he still held him off and done it.
Yeah. But he had scored from an overhead kick a couple of times, I believe, Antonio. I'm sure I watched like a video reel of him doing overhead kicks. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to some of these comments, mate, because everyone. I want to finish up in about. I'm going to finish up in about 12 and a half minutes. That will be a 2-hour stream, which I was only planning on 15 minutes. But hey, there you go. Eamon says, absolutely love Dean Ashton. He was the striker and a half, natural ability. That's true enough. He says also, sell Masuaka and Yarmo to Newcastle for 30 million combined. Is that?
We'd love to.
I think that's probably a bit cheap. I think maybe we could get 40 to 42 for the pair.
30, I'll take it.
Yeah, no, I think I'm being a bit.
Yeah, get it done.
I'm being a bit. Yeah, mate, give us 10. You can have them both. Lingard at Hammerhead says Lingard and Moyes were staying in the same accommodation when he was on loan to us, and there were stories of Lingard taking Moyes the odd bottle of wine. Oh, okay. So I'd like to know where you heard that from, Hammerhead.
Actually, I heard something, Clive. I think they were, what do you call it there? And where the airport is in East London.
Oh yeah. London City Airport.
What? Yeah, near
London
the City Airport. I'm sure they got places around there. I think that's where they were. And they were both staying in the same place. That's what I heard too, yeah.
Okay.
Whether they're mateys or giving bottles of wine, I don't know, but they were definitely in that area.
Right, okay. Gazza says there was talk that we were in for Martial, but he is too inconsistent for me. His name's been batted about a few times. I believe it was still last night saying that Martial is not the kind of player that Moyes would go for because of his work rate and his inconsistencies. I'd agree with that. I agree with that. You know, Shiny Jesus, just a suspicion. Hammerhead says Maradona, Pele, and Bobby Moore as one ultimate player.
Absolutely, that would work.
Yeah.
That would work.
Oh, and look, he's corrected his spelling of Bobby Moore as well. Bless him. Thank you, Hammerhead. Well done, mate. Well spotted. I didn't. I just looked at it and read it.
I
Gaza says, Gaza says, hope you two keep this channel going. Love listening to you guys. Well, that's really nice of you, Gaza. Thank you.
Thank you,
we
Gaza.
love chatting to each other. We love chatting to each other. You know, we've only met literally probably 6 weeks ago at the most.
Yeah, that's 6 weeks.
But we've got a lot in common. We've got similar backgrounds. You know, we both used to go to games back in the day when, you know, we were going to school in our shorts and things like that. So I bet none of you lot out there will remember that, going to school in shorts in the winter, by the way, not just in the fucking summer. In the winter,
with a briefcase.
My mother.
We had to have a briefcase.
It's only round the corner. You'll be indoors in no time. Go on, wear your shorts. Oh, mate, I hated it.
I can't afford long pants. You're getting your shorts, you little fucker.
I know. And then if mum and dad did get you a pair of long trousers and then you ended up playing foot with them and ended up with knees in the holes, she would chop the legs off, stitch up the flipping hems, and that's it, mate. You got a pair of school shorts.
Put them in the shorts, yeah.
Mate. I asked my mum for a pair of Dr. Martens once because all my mates were wearing Dr. Martens and that. And I was only about 13. And I said to my mum and dad, can I have a pair of Dr. Martens for Christmas? And they went, yeah, of course you can, son. They bought me this pair of Dr. Martens. They had square toes on them. I never fucking wore them. Never once wore them. They had square toes on them. Couldn't wear them. I know. I don't even know where they came from. I think my mum got them out of a catalogue or something. They were more like dealer boots than Dr. Martens. You know, they weren't square, but they were more like dealer boots, and they weren't Dr. Martens, so I wouldn't wear them. Shiny G says, if there's a peach fund to give him a lift when he's out, make it public so I can chip in. Oh, gee, that's a lovely sentiment, mate. We hadn't even thought of anything like that, to be honest with you.
I don't think it will be.
But do you know what? Just the fact that you've put that up as a comment, mate. That'll give him a big enough lift as it is, mate.
What we can say, mate, you know, I know you've been touched on. We were doing that stream when he came on and he was in the emergency room, wasn't he? And as much as flippant, and I was just laughing with him, saying you better not flatline and all that. But I was so worried. It'd be, you know, in the background, I was, and I'm still worried about him, and I still care about him. You know,
listen, everybody,
like everyone, and you know, I know we make a joke about it sometimes, but we really miss him, and we just want him to get better and get back on and do his stuff, because he's peach is peach, and we ain't doing this without him, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that comes to mind with me is that, you know, he's given us our shot at, you know, doing this, you know, and so with the comment that we had from Gaza a little while ago, you know, and other people, you know, they've all been positive about our appearances on here, Kieran, and you know, Peach give us that opportunity, and I'll always be in his debt for that, and I'll always respect Peach and love the man for what he is, you know, and he'll be back, but you know, I'll tell you what you could do, G, is I don't know if you've got any contact details for Peach, but leave a comment on here after the stream's finished, so it's a permanent comment. Leave a comment on there and just, you know, leave him a little message, and Peach will read that, and you know, if you want to buy him a beer, I'm sure there's a way you can do it. Do you know what I mean?
Send him a t-shirt. He'd love that.
Yeah, he's not to be having too many beers because, you know, he's diabetes and stuff. He's no. We can't encourage him to drink anymore. Disabled Team says they totally agree with you, Gaza. And Gaza puts up his thumb. Marshall has an attitude problem, says Hammerhead. I agree. Shiny G says, agreed, Gazza. These guys present a good show. Thank you, G. Much
That's nice,
appreciated.
Shiny. Thank you.
We love all the feedback that you guys give us.
We do.
It's really, really, it makes these worthwhile.
The
Bert and Ernie show is massive.
Sweet.
Oh,
we are massive, son.
Yeah, it's brilliant. We are massive.
I take it then. You're Bert and I'm Ernie. Is that how it works?
Yeah. I don't know, Ernie. Yeah. It has been like 40 years since I've seen them two, but
yeah, same here. I'm gonna have to look back at it and go.
I think I might have to get on YouTube and have a little look. We'll have to do a Bert and Ernie show, mate. That'd be hilarious. The disabled team says, we all love Peachy. My wife wants to adopt him.
Yeah, I know you do, don't you?
Well,
I feel like that.
Hey, listen.
I feel like that.
Listen, when Peach is well and he's planning on coming to the UK at some point soon, so he's got family here, so he'll obviously go and visit his family and stay with them and that. I'm going to invite him to come and see me for a night or two. Yeah, he can come and stay at mine. I've got a room here.
Don't worry about me.
The same goes for you, Kieran, when you're in Blighty, mate.
I should fucking hope so.
I've got a room here that you can sleep in. It's not a problem. It's not a problem.
Sweet.
My daughter will have to fuck off somewhere else, but my daughter will have to bugger off somewhere, but you'll be all right. Don't worry about that. Hey, listen, I don't see her from 1 week to the next sometimes,
right. I'll be on a sofa.
She's only
sofa do me.
You on one, me on the other. I know, mate. I sleep on the sofa most nights because I fucking fall asleep.
There you go. Never bothers me.
But DT, disabled team, when Peach is coming to the UK, you will know about it. And if you guys want to spend some time with Peach, then we'll sort that out. We'll sort that out, definitely. Gazza says we all love Peach, and that's true. We all do. Shiny G says, get some tech savvy kid to set up a Patreon or whatever they do. I don't really agree with the Patreon, mate. No. He's saying get some tech savvy kid to do it, like my son or my daughter or your son. Yeah. Look, I don't really agree with Patreon. I think that
same here.
With Patreon, I feel like I might as well go and sit outside Westminster Abbey with a dish and beg. That's how I feel Patreon is. I love the sentiment, G, but listen, at the moment, look, neither Kieran nor I are actually what you would call, say, directors or whatever of this channel. That's Peach and Titch. So we would have to clear something like that through them anyway. But listen, if anything like that comes up, you will get to hear about it, G. I promise you. And if you've subbed and hit the notification bell, you'll get to hear before anyone else does, kind of thing.
Yeah, because I've noticed on the subscribers, I mean, he had about 150 something, 52 or so. And the last week, it's gone up by Peaches on our channel. On West Ham Random, what we're all sort of part of, it's gone up by about 15. So it's 160 something now. So it'd be nice if we can get the Peach to 200, wouldn't it? Just to 200.
It would be nice.
And then keep going from there. So it would be nice if we could get more people to subscribe just to help Peach out.
I'm in total agreement with you, mate. And, on that note, we'll make a little appeal on Peach's behalf then.
Yeah.
Guys, any of you that are still watching, and there are 8 of you in there at the moment, 8 of you still viewing. If you haven't already subscribed to West Ham Random, please do. It does help us out. It helps Peach out anyway,
Get your mates to subscribe.
Not financially. It's not a financial help. It's just it helps with the algorithms, whatever that means. I hear that a lot, and I have no clue what an algorithm is. I thought an algorithm lived in the bottom of the sea, if I was honest with you. But I have no idea what that is. But anyway, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video you're watching, but also encourage your mates to subscribe. You know, and like I said, it doesn't matter who they support. I mean, Portsmouth fans, Chelsea fans, not so much Tottenham fans because we don't like them. But no, all joking aside, even Tottenham fans, mate, you know, if they like the content, whatever, ask them to come and subscribe. You know, it'd be nice.
If they don't like the content, just subscribe. Just help Peach out.
Yeah, subscribe. You don't even have to watch anything.
If we can get him to 200, guys, that would be just another little milestone for him. That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
We need.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't imagine.
And
Look, I don't believe for 1 minute the people watching now that aren't subscribed. What we want them to do is get other people to subscribe. You know, all the guys at West Ham Network.
Get your mates, your mums, your sisters, your brothers. You know, if your dog's got a YouTube account, get them to bloody subscribe, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Give Peach a boost. Give him a boost, mate. It's nothing to do with us.
Let's give him a boost.
We just want it to be a good.
All we get is more airtime. That's all we get. We just get more airtime. So, you know, we both love doing this, and we like to help Peach out as much as we can as well while we think. Disabled team saying that they told Peach that a few months ago that he should get a fund me page or whatever he called it. Happy Amaret says had to quickly jump back on to say Peach, the man, the myth, the legend.
The legend. Absolutely.
Thank you for coming back, Hammeret. Lovely. Thank you very much. DT, well said, Hammeret. Hammeret is back. Only briefly, I would have thought, mate. We are coming down to London when Peach comes across. That's great news, disabled team. That is really, really, really good news. Actually, guys, are you coming down to the Leeds West Ham Leeds game in January? Because that's the next Premiership game that I know that I'm definitely going to get myself to here for. Because it's only 2 days before my 60th birthday, so I will be celebrating. I will be celebrating with anybody that wants to turn up at the supporters club. If you're not a member, look into that. It's not dear. It's about 25 quid for the year, and then 20 quid a year after that. Cheaper drinks than in most pubs around the area on match days. They have events going on and everything. They do also accept some guests, but the guest numbers are limited because of the amount of members. So I will be there, and if you're coming down to the Leeds game, DT, let me know. Let me know if you're coming down. We'll hook up. We'll have a beer, and we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens. You know, because you are Leeds fans, it might end up in a fight, but I'll try and go easy on you.
I'm lucky down that. You'll see Clive take a tumble one way or another.
Oh yeah, I'll be on my arse. You know I will. And Hammeret close by, going, "Come on, Budgie, up you get.
Not again. Not again.
Shiny G says that's fair enough, mate. It's good of you to keep the channel running. Hey, listen, it's my pleasure. It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. Yeah. We are doing it for Peach, and we're doing it for ourselves also, and we're also doing it for you guys out there that tune in and persevere with us, because we are a couple of idiots. We don't generally have too much planned to say. We kind of bounce off of you guys in the chat, which is really cool. Cool. And Gazza says we all miss Charlie Boy as well. We do miss Charlie Boy, and don't worry, he'll be back in the fold one day soon. One day, real soon. DC says #free Charlie Boy.
We're not breaking him out, if that's what you mean, guys. It's not happening.
No. But we know somebody who can. We know them. The A-team. Disabled team says we mentioned Peach's channel on our videos. Well, that's really, really nice.
I want
really nice.
another 50 Leeds fans to subscribe to West Ham Random. That's what I want. Then we get past 200. We're forward.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, look at this. Look, this is the last comment we have so far. No, scratch that because he's just put another one up. But anyway,
He's
Shiny
right.
G says, I thought algorithm was something to do with reggae music. Come on, the algorithm.
Hey, now he's mentioned that, Clive. Now mention it, right? Because you know, me and you in the past were massive UB40 fans. And the passing of Astro last week. Astro passed away.
Sad,
and that was sad. I was really gutted, man, because he'd been a big part of my life, UB40 and Astro. And
me too.
I've seen
too,
UB40
mate.
now. I've seen them 5 times. I mean, twice in London, 3 times in Australia. And before they became a separate entity. And Astro was always there, mate. And I actually met him in a hotel here where they were staying after one of the gigs.
All right.
And an absolute gentleman. And I was gutted that he'd gone, mate. I really was gutted.
The whole band of UB40 are just lovely guys. They're I mean, I haven't met them or anything like that, but you watch them on TV and interviews and backstage or whatever. They're just lovely guys. They're just Brummy guys. All from around the Birmingham area. They're just a bunch of friends that all listened to reggae with their parents as kids. And then formed the band and became absolute legends. And the sad passing of Astro. We wish his family and his friends, our commiserations. It's
you do,
a shame. It's a shame.
Such a great entertainer, man. Great.
Shiny G says it's not just your pleasure, ours too. Thank you very much, Shiny. I watched and subbed yesterday because your knowledge is sound, and I love the banter. Thank you. Well, thank you. I mean, my knowledge is our knowledge is only sound because we've lived the life. We've been West Ham fans for over 40 years, both of us. Over 50 years actually, I would think.
Yeah.
50. Yeah. And
lying about your
a lot
age,
of the stuff. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we comment on and that we, I do actually do some research. I'm not the be all and end all, a fountain of knowledge. I am not. There is no way I am. In fact, I would have to say that Happy Hammeret's probably got a better base of knowledge than I have.
Than most of them. Than all of them.
She's mustard, mate. I'll tell you. And if she wasn't camera shy, I'd get her on one of these shows. Because you guys would absolutely be in shock with her knowledge of the game. Honestly, you would. I've sat and had dinner with her, and we've talked football, and I've just had to shut up and eat because I bow to her greater knowledge.
I'd just rather talk about the old days because she's fucked, man. She can't talk about it.
That's true. That's true. I could actually make up shit that she would never even get to find out.
No, when it comes to
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
You'll beat the
I wouldn't
shit
do
out
that. Happy. I know you're probably still listening, and I would not do that to you. I promise you, I wouldn't do that to you. Disabled Team says I'm housebound and haven't been to an actual game since I fell ill. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I kind of understand how you feel because my mum's housebound as well. I'm really sorry to hear that. I would love to have met you, but unfortunately, he says I am defiantly making an effort. My electric wheelchair will finally get some use. Well, that's brilliant news, mate. Even if you can only get to one game this season, mate, do it because you're going to feel a lot better for it. Hopefully, your illness and your health doesn't suffer as a result of it.
He's got an electric wheelchair, you posh bastard. What's going on there?
They're actually quite common now over here. We've got quite a few posh bastards over here. Yeah. But listen, mate. Get as much exercise and time out of the house as you can. You'll
Much love,
benefit from it,
TVP.
and
Much love, man.
you will definitely feel better for it. And
You and
hopefully,
the boys.
one day. Hey, listen, maybe I'll get up to a Leeds game. West Ham come up to Leeds. I'll come up,
Yeah,
come and see you. I'll come and visit you. Let
yeah,
you know where
because
you are. You
you'll
know,
probably be in one of them. You'll be in one of them next year.
oh me. No wonder they call us fucking Waldorf and Stadler. Jesus. And what was the other one? Burton Early. DT says, what was the
Early.
actual story of UB40? You cannot help but love them. That's
Yeah,
absolutely true. The UB40
very
story
true.
is incredibly moving. And,
Yeah,
like the fact that, they said, they've all stated, oh, no, the music that we do is because of the music we listen to as kids with our parents and that, you know.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm similar. Excuse me, 1 second. I'm similar. My sister's 10 years older than me. My parents, they were, they would listen to what we would consider middle class English music, all kinds of stuff, like Bachelors and Max Bygraves and shit like that. But my sister, on the other hand, she was properly into her music, and she got into reggae at an early age. So, like, from about 11 years old for me, I started really getting into the reggae music and stuff. And, all of the tracks that UB40 did as cover versions, I knew every one of the originals,
Yeah,
every
same here,
single one of
Gunga.
them.
Same here. I know too.
And there are a lot of people out there that don't realise how far and wide UB40 went to look for music to record. I mean, a lot of people will be aware, and some won't be aware, that Red Wine was originally written by Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond.
And was done
Neil Diamond, right?
as a rock stroke pop tune. It had no reggae influence in it at all. And what UB40 did with it was absolutely incredible. Now, just staying on the UB40 thing for one more minute, one more tune they did, and we've both spoken about this before, Kieran. It's called Strange Fruit. Now, that was a limited edition 12-inch single, which came with the original album they did called Signing Off. I don't know if they've put it on any of their other albums, but it was an incredible track. But that was originally, but that was originally done by Billie Holiday.
And haunting. She done it in a haunting track as she done it.
It was in the style of like these of like anti-slavery songs, and it was done
it was about
in a cotton field way, if you like. It was very haunting, and the lyrics were sharp as a knife, and they still are. And when UB40 did it, they completely revamped it. They upped the tempo a little, and they put a reggae beat to it, etc. But what they
still had the same message, didn't it? It still
it didn't ruin the message. It didn't ruin the sentiment, and and the lyrics are still as sharp as they are in the Billie Holiday version.
It was wonderful. Wonderful.
Shiny G says, disabled team, that'll be good. That'll be a good day when you see the boys live. Yes, it will be. Actually, Shiny G, I will let you know that the disabled team, they're supporters of every single West Ham channel that I know about on YouTube. They're supporters of them all. They're subscribed to them all. They comment, they contribute, they do everything on these channels. But they are self-confessed Leeds United fans. I have no problem with that because they support us too. And
we love them.
Everything,
we love them.
We do love them. We do love them. And everything they say about our club always has merit in it. Always has merit. They've never been negative about our club. We love you guys. Thank you for being part of West Ham family. That's all I can say.
They haven't called us
It does.
They haven't called us felons, have they?
No.
It's only our fans that call us Bell Ends.
Yeah, that's it, mate. The disabled team are now saying that his wheelchair does 8 miles per hour. He wanted the faster one to break Charlie Boy out of the joint, but they wouldn't let him. But listen, DT, 8 miles an hour, that ain't bad. Leeds is what, 170 miles from London?
Yeah.
So
even a week before.
Yeah, I reckon if you leave on the Wednesday morning, you'll be at the ground by Sunday afternoon. Perfect for a Sunday afternoon kickoff, mate. I don't see your problem. Do you? I don't see your problem.
No, he's got the Ferrari version of the fucking electric wheelchair.
Yeah, 8 miles an hour, mate. Fucking hell, whips his neck back and everything. I reckon. Hey, listen, we're just having a bit of fun, guys. Listen, we're not belittling your condition at all. Please don't.
He knows that. Oh, he knows that, right?
We're including him in our fun. That's all. TDT's laughing his head off. No, sorry, Gaz is laughing his head off. And
TDT, that's fucking funny as fuck. That's brilliant.
It is, yeah. Right, listen, guys. 2 hours 15 minutes into the stream. You've been patient. You've been great. There's 8 of you still in the room watching. We want to thank you for that.
We better do one, eh, guys?
We'd better do one. Disabled team. One more comment. There we go. This is the last comment now, guys. It says they're coming by train. Fantastic. You'll be quicker than your wheelchair then. That's all I can say on that one. But please let us know when you are coming down to London. I'm not that far from London. I'm only 45 minutes on a train from London, and an hour in the car. So, let me know when you come to London. We'll hook up. I'd love to hook up with you guys. Really would. And on that note, we'll say thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for your comments and your views and everything. And Kieran, thank you for coming in on such short notice, mate. Brilliant. I hope your work goes all right. How long are you there for? How much longer are you there for?
Only another 2 days. So I'll be home Friday.
Days, right.
So, but if we guys, if we want to do our thing, I can organise it. You let me know.
Okay.
Message and that, and
I
can do it.
It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Tuesday night for me. So
so we'll be looking at. Oh, hang on though. What day are we looking at? Tomorrow. I'm not working tomorrow either, so we could actually lay the recording down after you finish work tomorrow.
Whatever suits you, mate. Just let me know what time.
We'll do that. Now, what time will you be finishing your time?
I'll be finished work about 2 in the afternoon. So,
that'd be bloody early for me, wouldn't it?
I know,
mate. For me, isn't it?
We can do it a bit later. It doesn't matter. We can do it at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
You can do
that's what I'm thinking. So if we,
sort out.
If we well, I can do the recording myself and then just upload it, and he'll do all the editing.
Okay.
I've got the details. You've got
the gear now.
Yeah. So let's say 9 o'clock my time tomorrow. That gives you about 6 o'clock in the evening, is it?
That'd be 7. Yes, 10 hours.
7. 7. Yeah, 7. So,
fine.
Is that suitable for you?
Yeah, I can do that, man.
I won't
be in the beautiful Queensland sunshine. I'll just be in the dark like this. But
where is it? Tin Pot Alley or something, isn't it?
No, it's just dark. But I'll tell you what, it's fucking hot, guys. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying, where is it you're at? Tin Pot Alley or something, isn't it?
Tin Can Alley.
Tin Can Alley.
It's called Tin Can Bay. It's a beautiful spot.
Tin Can Bay.
Yeah,
is that 2 words?
No, it's 3 words.
Is that 2 words? No, you dick. Tin Can. Is that 1 word or 2 words? 2.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm about 5 minute. I'm 5 minute walk from the water here, where the house is.
Mm.
That's the guy. The guy's got a house in Brisbane. He's built this house here, so we're just helping him doing a few bits. I might be back
All right,
here next
cool.
week for a couple of days. I don't know. But it's about a
Lovely,
5-minute walk.
lovely.
We took a little drive earlier to the water here. It's beautiful. Really nice spot. Yeah. Never been here
Lovely.
before. But it's a
And you
very
got your
nice spot.
Victoria beer.
I got the geezer. I told him, if you want me to come there, you better load up with VV, mate. You better put some
VV.
VV in the fridge. And he has done the right thing.
Bless him. Bless him. But okay, so look, I'll talk to you on WhatsApp a bit later on, mate, and we'll definitely confirm a time. I will talk to Titch and just sort of say to him, look, I can lay down the recording, and then
pencil that in my head about 7 o'clock, and if
7
anything
o'clock
changes,
for you
let me
tomorrow.
know, because I'll be going to bed very soon, and you
got
let
a
me
West
know.
Ham shirt with you?
No,
you got
I don't actually. No, I don't. I'll do it naked.
Right.
You'll be right. I've got West Ham. I've got West Ham tattoos on my back. Is that any good?
Well, you know, you'll have to be like that all afternoon.
Yeah, I know.
Looking over your shoulder at the camera. Yeah, that'd be funny. No, but right. So we're going to lay down a recording for Football Unfocused, which will be available on Saturday morning, 11 o'clock UK time. That'll be episode 3 of Football Unfocused. We haven't actually got anything definite that we're going to be covering this week.
No,
but
you don't.
I'm sure that you've got some ideas, Kieran. I've got a couple of ideas. We'll bounce them off each other. Yeah, I've got a couple of ideas.
I've got ideas.
Yeah, I have. I've got an idea.
I've
Anyway,
got an idea about
just going to cover the last few comments and then we're out of here. So Shiny G says, cheers, Budgie, Clive, and chat. Looking forward to the next one. When is it? It could be any time, mate. Hit the notification bell and you'll find out. Yeah. When we know, you'll know. Eamon says, be good to catch you all for a drink. That would be good, Eamon. Whereabouts are you? Whereabouts are you, Eamon? I can't remember where you are. Are you in the UK? Let me know quickly before we go. DT says, we will arrange it so that the weekend Peach comes across. We will be there. That will be absolutely massive if you can do that, DT, because I think we've got quite a bit planned for that weekend. And you're going to be a part of them.
You just don't know how far
I would imagine. Yeah, no. You've heard of Duke, obviously, on West Ham. On Irons United. No, it's not Irons United. Forged from Iron. Sorry, giving everybody a mention now. Forged from Iron. Duke. He's got a pub down in the Dartford area, and I think the consensus of agreement is that we will all arrange something down there so that we can just have a proper West Ham night. All right?
Yeah, don't worry about me.
I'll let you know as and when that comes up. Shiny G says, Bert and Naked Ernie at 9 o'clock. Can't wait. Eamon's in Bow, East London. Well, that's not far, actually. So you probably know a pub that I used to drink in down there. It's called the Barger Ground, Eamon. You probably know it. It's good little pub, actually. Used to love going in there. Yeah, it's a nice pub that was. Well, back in the day, back in the 90s when I was going in there. He says you can walk to the ground in 25 minutes. Mate,
I think we know where he is.
I can walk to Crawley Town's ground in about 3. So there you go.
Yeah,
no. Actually, yeah. Well, no, not really, because we're in second league, League 2. Eamon says I'm a lazy fucker though. So I still catch the bus or the train. I would with a 25-minute walk, mate. I don't walk 25 feet
anywhere.
Hello, 25 minutes. Jesus.
If you walk here for 25 minutes, you get burnt to shreds, mate. You don't want to do it.
Or bitten. Or attacked.
I'm bitten. I got bitten today. The mozzies and the sandflies wrapped me today.
All right. I was thinking more about funnel web spiders and rattlesnakes and things.
No. You don't. Forget that.
Oh no, it's not.
They'll only bite you if you stand on them.
It's not rattlesnakes in Oz, is it? It's cotton
No,
and
no.
them other ones.
We got them.
Hang on, my
We
phone's
got all
ringing.
sorts. We got the most venomous snakes in the world, but it's not rattlesnakes.
Yeah. Right, okay, Shiny G. If there's accommodation at the Dartford pub, I'd come down from Liverpool. I grew up looking at Dartford across from the Thames. Wow. Well, I don't know if there is accommodation there. I can find out for you, Shiny. Come on
Yeah, I'm
to
not sure
another
there is.
feed, and by the next time you come onto a feed, I'll have an answer for you on that.
I don't
I
think.
really don't think.
I don't think Duke's pub does accommodation, but I'm sure there'll be something nearby.
Yeah. Anyway, right. On that note,
Anyway, let's do it.
we will sign off and hold on, let me take that off. There we go. Right. So, Kieran, lovely talking to you again as usual.
You guys up.
I will chat to you. If I don't see you before, I will see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow for me, 7 p.m. for you. We will lay down Football Unfocused, get a couple of ideas if you can as to something you want to chat about.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit hard for me
then,
because I'm going to bed and I'll be working all day and then I'm meeting you. So, but
I mean,
I'll have a think.
It could be a particular game that you went to back in the 70s or 80s or whatever.
Maybe, we'll add a couple of things like that in it.
I'll have a little look at the ladies' team again and come up with a little something about that because they promised them that I would do that. So I'll be doing that. And
all right.
Yeah. Right. So on that note, everybody, thank you for joining us. We're down to 4 people
thanks
now.
for all the comments in the chat, mate. They're fantastic.
Yeah, and all the love for Peach. I'm sure he appreciates it as much as we do. And on that note, there's only one thing left for us as West Ham fans to say before we leave.
I'm holding my phone. Come on, you Irons. See you later, boy.
Come on, you Irons. Take care. Take care.